Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, it's a brand new day, it's a brand new week, which means it's a brand new opportunity for you to do something amazing, and it all begins today. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Monday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, I'm talking about the dangers of multiple myeloma blood cancer with Dr. Nina Shaw and patient Cecilia Rominsky. You guys don't want to miss that. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In national news, Medina Spirit could lose Kentucky Derby win. Track bans Baffert. Medina Spirit's victory in the Kentucky Derby is in serious jeopardy because of a failed post-race drug test, one that led Churchill Downs to suspend Hall of Famer trainer Bob Baffert immediately on Sunday in the latest scandal to plague the sport. Baffert denied all wrongdoing and promised to be fully transparent with the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission during its investigation. Baffert's board received word Saturday that Medina Spirit had tested positive for an excessive amount of a steroid which is sometimes used to treat pain and inflammation in horses. To be clear, if the findings are upheld, Medina Spirit's results in the Kentucky Derby will be invalidated, Churchill Downs officials said in a statement shortly after Baffert held a hastily planned morning news conference outside his barn to announce and respond to the allegations. The track said failure to comply with the rules and medication protocols jeopardizes the safety of horses and jockeys, the sport's integrity, and the Derby's reputation. Churchill Downs would not tolerate it, the statement read. Given the seriousness of the offense, Churchill Downs will immediately suspend Bob Baffert, the trainer of Medina Spirit, from entering any horses at Churchill Downs racetrack. In more national news, Trump's big lie imperils Republicans who don't embrace it. Allegiance to a lie has become a test of loyalty to Donald Trump and a means of self-preservation for the Republican Party. Trump's discredited allegations about a stolen election did nothing to save his presidency when courtrooms high and low, state governments, and ultimately Congress, meeting in the chaos of an insurrection powered by his grievances, affirmed the legitimacy of his defeat and the honesty of the process that led to it. Now those big lie allegations, no closer to truer than before, are getting a second howling win. Republicans are expected to believe the falsehoods, pretend they do, or at least bare minimum, not let it be known that they don't. State Republican leaders from Georgia to Arizona have been flamed by Trump or his followers for standing against the lies. Only a select few Republicans in Washington are defying him, for they too know that doing so comes with a cost. Liz Cheney, lifelong conservative and daughter of a vice president once loved by the Republican right, while earning the nickname Darth Vader, was willing to pay that price. History is watching, the Wyoming congresswoman wrote as House Republicans prepared to strip her of her number 3 leadership position. This over her confrontation with Trump. Republicans need to stand for genuinely conservative principles and steer away from the dangerous and anti-democratic Trump cult of personality, she said. In more national news, experts say cyber attack on U.S. pipeline is a wake-up call. The shutdown of a vital U.S. pipeline because of a ransomware attack stretched into a third day on Sunday, with the Biden administration saying an all-hands-on-deck effort is underway to restore operations and avoid disruptions in gasoline supply. Experts say that gas prices are unlikely to be affected if normal operations resume in the next few days, but that the incident, the worst cyber attack to date on critical U.S. infrastructure, could serve as a wake-up call to companies about the vulnerabilities they face. The pipeline, operated by Georgia-based Colonial Pipeline, carries gasoline and other fuel from Texas to the Northeast. It delivers roughly 45% of fuel consumed on the East Coast, according to the company. Ransomware attacks are typically carried out by hackers who lock up computer systems by encrypting data and then demand a large ransom to release it. Colonial Pipeline has not said what was demanded or who made the demand and offered no immediate update on Sunday. And finally, in entertainment news, Lloyd Price, singer and early rock influence, dies at 88. Singer-songwriter Lloyd Price, an early rock and roll star and enduring maverick whose hits included such up-tempo favorites as Lordy Miss Claudie, Personality, and the semi-forbidden Stagger Lee, has died. Price died last week at a long-term care facility in New Rochelle, New York, of complications from diabetes, his wife told the Associated Press over the weekend. Lloyd Price, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1998, was among the last survivors of a post-World War II scene in New Orleans that anticipated the shifts in popular music and culture, leading to the rise of rock in the mid-1950s. Along with Fats Domino and David Bartholomew, among others, Price fashioned a deep, exuberant sound around the brass and swing of New Orleans jazz and blues that plays high on R&B charts and eventually crossed over to other audiences. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. True fulfillment comes from being kind. The greatest successes you will have in your life are the many acts of kindness you do for others. When you actually stop to think about your accomplishments, you are more apt to frame them in terms of career or relationships. In truth, what you give to others is your true success. Recognize the mark you leave on our world is what God put you here to achieve. You will feel much more fulfilled when you give to others straight from your heart, as these are the works that ultimately define your success. Today, be satisfied with the kindnesses you do for our world, society, or someone else. And always enjoy the day.
Dr. Nina Shaw and Cecilia Werlinski joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about the blood cancer multiple myeloma. Here's a bit of our conversation. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Recently, Dr. Nina Shaw and patient Cecilia Romansky joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about the prevalence and the danger of multiple myeloma blood cancer. Here's a bit of our conversation. Shaw, I'll start with you. We've talked on this program before about multiple myeloma and those who are impacted by it, but what exactly is relapsed or refractory multiple myeloma?
Yeah, relapsed refractory multiple myeloma is a cancer of the blood cells or the immune cells, and it is incurable. And patients tend to have, as you mentioned, periods of time where they have their cancer controlled and then their cancer is not controlled. So this is truly an unmet need to have a new therapy for multiple myeloma. And I should say that actually I am a myeloma specialist, but I'm not being paid by Bristol Myers Squibb to do this interview. I really just want to raise awareness about multiple myeloma and this new treatment option available, Abecma.
Thank you for that, Dr. Shaw. I appreciate it. Cecilia, I want to go to you. I mentioned in my introduction that you were diagnosed with multiple myeloma. For yourself, what are some of the challenges for people living with relapsed or refractory multiple myeloma?
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me. I was 40 when I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma in 2005. So, yeah, I think the biggest challenge, aside from like emotionally just wanting to live your life, and yet because you are in a marathon of treatments, you're always thinking about what's the next treatment, what's next on the horizon. So to have this CAR T-cell treatment available is amazing. So it was just so exciting to get. It's a one-time infusion. So that was just tremendous because, like I said, you're just years and years of multiple different kinds of treatment and always thinking what's next. It's overwhelming, all the information that you can wander around in. So just having a resource of sticking with your doctor, and Abecma.com is an amazing resource.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make today amazing. Take care.